Good evening, fans. This is your girl from Mel'S Chat, and this is your official WWE Royal Rumble 2024 preview and predictions. Holy shit! Breaking fucking news during SmackDown. Nick Khan, which he is the believe he's the CEO of WWE, or he's the president of WWE, sent out a statement. I wanted to inform you that Vince McMahon has tendered his resignation from his position as TKO executive chairman and on the TKO board of directors. He will no longer have a role with TKO Group Holdings or WWE. The devil is gone. We've not executed. We got rid of him. We exorcised the demon. I want to also go on to that Vince McMahon sent out a statement. I stand by my prior statement that Miss Grant's lawsuit is replete with lies, obscene, made-up instance that never occurred, and this vindictive distortion of the truth. Mr. McMahon said this evening of the scorching lawsuit against him filed this week. I intend to vigorously defend myself against these baseless accusations and look forward to clearing my name. However, out of the respect of the WWE Universe, the extraordinary TKO business and its board members and shareholders, partners and constituents, and all of the employees and superstars who helped make WWE the global leader is today, I've decided to resign from my executive chairmanship and the TKO board of directors effective immediately. Signedly, the WWE co-founder, Vincent Kennedy McMahon. The devil's gone. We also found out that Slim Jim has pulled their and paused their partnership. Now, with the light of the news, I'm hoping that they have the consideration of to continue and pick this back up for tomorrow, and we could do like just squash everything and make it like it never happened. So I'm really, really happy with this whole situation. I do want to touch on this for a little bit. I want to put this out here. I don't know how much Triple H knew or his daughter or Vince's daughter Stephanie knew about this whole situation. But whatever they knew, they were stuck between a rock and a hard place. Not only was there at the time, he was the owner of the company, he was in control, but he was also Triple H's father-in-law and Stephanie's dad. So I can only imagine what they were going through. Triple H was basically fighting fires with this whole situation. And I don't understand people stating, oh, well, if they knew, they should have gone to the cops or whatnot. Maybe they only knew what that came out earlier in the middle of last year to the end of last year. Maybe it was just, oh, Dad, Vince had an affair. What can we do? But if they did know, I don't understand then how he was retired, then he came back. What did he have on Triple H and Stephanie? Because Triple H didn't want him back, Stephanie didn't want him back because she was already the co-CEO and the chairwoman of the board. Why would she fucking goddamn just up and leave? Maybe she didn't want to know the entire situation and it was starting to come out and she didn't want to know and she didn't want to be associated with WWE because of her daughters. She was also trying to protect her daughters because not only is those girls are going to be ridiculed at school because of this whole thing, but that's also their fucking grandfather. So it's a fucking sticky situation all around. You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. And nobody understands this. All right? Okay, somebody did a bad thing, but it's also a family member. What are they supposed to do? All I know is now he's out. Let him do his thing. Let him fuck and then we're still dealing with that he still has stock. All right? We're still dealing that he's got stock. So what I believe that they should do or he should do so that he could save that, keep it in the family, give it to Stephanie and Triple H, sign it completely over, and let them basically let them run WWE as it should have been all along. Until I find out what else is going on, I'm not going to comment on the case itself. I'm just commenting on what we have what I know right now. That Vince McMahon is gone. We can Triple H. Will be his official first major pay-per-view without Vince McMahon in the company for sure. And he can't meddle in it. He can't call anything up. He needs to back the fuck away. Let him do its thing. Let him cook. And that's it. Until I find out any other information, I'm not going to speak upon this. Just like I didn't do really thing with Jericho. Jericho became a null and void situation. But breaking news, Vince McMahon has resigned as of effective immediately. We can move on. We can have a great Royal Rumble. And I think that's all that should count. We shouldn't allow him to have the power of us having a horrible Royal Rumble. We should be able to have a good time, laugh, and everything like that. Because that is doing a favor to fucking the victim. Because the victim knows now the fans won't have to worry about Vince McMahon. And now he is no longer doing what he wants to do. We are rejoicing. We are rejoicing because the last final thing is when he's found guilty and he's put in prison. And I'm a conservative Republican, so read between the lines. And we all know that Vince McMahon is a big fucking Trump supporter, right? He's best friends with him. This is the first and only time I'm hoping that there's a judge out there that will take this case and fucking goddamn royally roll him and use this as basically a example to like, this is not going to jive anymore. So if you wonder what this is, I got blood taken. I bruise easily. But that is the last I'm going to speak about this. Let the Royal Rumble 2024 weekend begin. Let's party. Let's shove it in Vince McMahon's face that we could go on without him. Let's do that. Let's do that for the victim. Let's rise above and say proverbial fuck you to him. And we're going to continue watching wrestling and we're going to continue watching WWE. And you know what? That's what the victim wants us to be as fans. Because I know for a fact that she's probably saying, thank God that those fans could probably go and rejoice now. The devil is out, and that's probably what she wants. I am 100% for this victim. And for the people that think that they fucking fake these texts, this woman would not be in the position that she is in to do this. She has to have her ducks in the row. She needs to have all of her receipts in order, because you're going to be taking down a very public figure. And she may be the one to do this. And I will take my hat off and I will sing her praises from here to kingdom come. All right, so you guys know the deal here. We do the go home shows. I give you my picks, the Royal Rumble men, women, and I give you my preview and predictions of the two matches that have been announced, which is the US Championship and the WWE Undisputed Universal Heavyweight Championship. I'm also going to give you 5 men's surprises and 5 women's surprises. So, we're going to go from there, and we are going to have a little fun with this. But I really like to get through this because I have to get up at 3:30, quarter to 4 in the morning. I have to go see my son tomorrow morning. So that's why I'm doing it tonight and not tomorrow. I would normally do a preview of predictions tomorrow, but I'm not going to be here until at least 3:30ish. So hopefully, fingers crossed. Here we go. We have Monday Night Raw. Oh, first of all, what are we doing here? I'm like completely losing my mind here. We have here is my people that I promote and everything. So do me a favor, please go check out the people over at Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com. Visit their website for all your beard essentials. Please also go check out Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com and stock up on all your artillery to murder your thirst. You got spring water, unflavored salsa water, flavored salsa water, and iced tea. Please drink responsibly because these are perfect mixers for adult beverages. If you're a coffee aficionado just like me, please go check out Death Wish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com and get all your coffee essentials. Please also, if you support independent professional wrestling, please do me a favor and go check out HOG Wrestling's Reckoning. Saturday, March 2nd, we have the debut of Mustafa Ali, and he's going to be taking on Alex Shelley. Then we have on Friday, April 5th, Wrestling Revolver and House of Glory will be having a show together on WrestleMania weekend. It's Mustafa Ali versus Amazing Red. Alex Shelley will be appearing, as well as HOG champion Mike Santana, as well as the Rascals. So if you're in the Philadelphia area, please go get your tickets at revolvertickets.com. And if you want to see Reckoning, please go check it out at hogwrestling.net. If you want to watch these events, please do yourself a favor. Download the Premiere app at $9.99 a month. Also, you can watch all their back events on there as well. So here we go. By the way, please, when you're here, like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications so when I upload a video or go live, you will know about it. Please follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, X, TikTok, and Cameo. All Mel's Match Chat. Go look it up and you will find it. All right, here we go. Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw had CM Punk. CM Punk went face-to-face with Cody Rhodes. Ivy Nile versus Valhalla. The Miz versus Dominic Mysterio. Chad Gable versus Ivar. Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest. And we'll hear from Seth Rollins. So we start out with Seth Rollins. He gets on the mic and says it's been a long week. He says he defended the world title 7 days ago, Jinder Mahal, but he felt his knee buckle when he hit a moonsault. He says he still finished the match and beat Jinder Mahal. He says he went back and sat down and set in that he may be out for a long time. He said he had mentioned that with the only title defense, he only got stronger, but felt like a liar. After he got injured, he said he thought it was real possibility that he might miss WrestleMania. He said he had an MRI and he got the results. He said he has an injured MCL and he could be out for 3 to 4 months. Rollins says he doesn't know what his future holds, and so he is taking it day by day. Imperial's music hit and they walked out to the ring. Rollins says he doesn't have time for this and they are here to make an example of this. Then they should get over this with. Gunther says Rollins should concentrate on him. He said they have been avoiding each other for some time now, and hence he thought it would be the perfect day for him to tell Rollins what he thinks about him. Gunther says Rollins was in a tough spot right from the beginning. He says Rollins has expected to be champion, that everybody could be proud of him. Gunther says it pulls on his heartstrings to see him like this. He said he's sad that Rollins may not make it to WrestleMania. Rollins says he should let him finish. He said he doesn't care what the doctors tell him. He will keep his promise and take this title into WrestleMania and will do everything to walk out of WrestleMania as world champion. Gunther says he's happy to hear that. He said he respects Seth's decision because he would do the same thing. He said he's going to win the Royal Rumble and he will choose to challenge Rollins at WrestleMania and target the knee and back. And he will defeat him and become world champion. Rollins says he appreciates his honesty. He says Gunther can challenge him, but he should remember that who he's coming after. Gunther says Rollins has to remember who's coming after him. They both shake hands and Gunther walks away. The New Day attack Imperium and send them into the ring. They dump Imperium out of the ring. So we go to commercial break and we come back and we have actually this match out on deck. So it's the New Day versus Imperium. Giovanni Vinci hits Kofi Kingston with a crossbody. He attacks Kofi in the corner. Kofi comes back with a dropkick. Woods tags in and attacks Vinci in the corner. Vinci with a clothesline to Woods. He tags out. Ludwig Kaiser attacks Woods and attacks Woods in the corner. Kaiser mercilessly attacks Woods. Woods fights back with an enziguri, sending Kaiser out of the ring. Woods sends Vinci out of the ring. Kaiser puts Woods out of the ring. Vinci slams Woods on the apron. Kaiser sends him into the barricade. We come back from commercial break. Kofi with an elbow to Kaiser. He attacks him in the corner. Kofi sends Kaiser out of the ring. He dives onto Vinci and Kaiser. Vinci with a baseball slide to Kofi. Woods takes out Imperium. New Day attacks Imperium. Kofi sends Kaiser into the barricade as the referee counts them out. Vinci sends Kofi into the crowd, and it's a double count out. So then after that, Woods and Kaiser exchange strikes. Kaiser sends Woods into the post, and then the timekeeper's area. Kaiser goes to hit Kofi with a chair, but Woods saves him and attacks Kaiser and Woods. Vinci and Woods double team Woods. Kofi and Woods drive Imperium through the table. They go to commercial break. Judgment Day is backstage. Rhea and Damian and Finn will defend against DIY next week. Damian says Drew will get handled by him. He asks Rhea to stop going to Adam Pearce's office looking to book matches. He walks away. Rhea says she's disappointed that JD and Dominic haven't handled DIY. Rhea says Balor will be at ringside for Dominic's match. She says it's been a while since she has seen Balor Vicious side. So we go to Jackie interviews Ivy Nile. Maxine says Valhalla is not ready for Ivy. Creed brothers come in, try to boost her up. Ivy says she's got it and heads out to her match, which is the next match. We come back from commercial break. So it's Ivy Nile versus Valhalla. Blink and this was over. The match begins with Valhalla attacks Nile, who rolls out of the ring. Valhalla knocks her down with forearm strikes. She sends her into the ring. Nile comes back with an enziguri. She hits her with an uppercut and follows it with an Hurricane Rana. Valhalla hits Nile with a headbutt. She sends Nile to the apron. Nile slams her head to the post and follows it up with a bulldog off the top rope for the win, and Ivy Nile picks up the victory. The New Day are backstage and they're joined with Jey Uso, who brings them some ice. Jackie interviews them. Wood says they are sick and tired of people trying to walk over them. He says they're the best tag team in WWE. No, that's the Usos, sweetheart. Kofi says that what happens when you push the titles. He says he wants Gunther and he challenges him for the Intercontinental Championship next week on Raw. We come back from commercial break. Nia Jax comes out to the ring. Jax gets on the mic and says the first time she came face to face with Rhea Ripley, she squashed her. She says the first time she faced Becky Lynch, she squashed her. She says Rhea wants to face Becky Lynch at WrestleMania because she knows she can beat her. She says Lynch is on her path to WrestleMania. Jax says she's going to kill both of their dreams. So Becky comes out. Lynch also asks her to shut up. She says she knows she has a big target on her head heading into the Royal Rumble match. Jax has a bigger target because the locker room doesn't like her. Lynch says she nearly injured half the roster. She says she's not sure if she's going to enjoy winning the Royal Rumble or watching Nia lose. Bayley's music comes and hits. She says both of them are going to lose. She says she came out to find Rhea Ripley, but this is better. She says she's here to make it clear that she's winning the Royal Rumble. She shoves Becky into Nia and attacks her. Nia and Bayley in the corner. Lynch hits a manhandle slam on Bayley. Nia sends Lynch out of the ring. Nia hits a leg drop on Bayley. The Miz versus Dominic Mysterio. Come back from commercial break, but before we go to this match, Becky Lynch runs into Rhea Ripley backstage, and it was just a face-off. So the match with Miz and Dominic Mysterio begins with the Miz attacks Dominic in the corner. Balor gets a cheap shot on the Miz. Dominic sends him out of the ring. Dominic hits a suicide dive on the Miz. He sends him back in the ring and hits a senton. Mysterio attacks Miz viciously. The Miz comes back and attacks Dominic in the corner. JD distracts him and Dominic takes advantage, knocking him out of the ring. We see a commercial break. The Miz fights back with a couple clotheslines. He hits a backbreaker, neckbreaker combo, cover 1-2 kick out. Balor distracts the Miz, and Dominic tries to take advantage of the Miz. Hey, Ivana Kosick. Hey, how are you? Welcome aboard. How are you doing tonight? Miz drops Ballard and then hits a crossbody on Mysterio. Cover 1-2 kick out. Miz with it kicks on Dominic. Dominic goes for a 619. Misses. Balor with a cheap shot on Miz. And Dominic hits 619, follows it with a frog splash for the win. And that is it. Dominic picks up a very great win. So then after the match, Finn Balor attacks The Miz. DIY comes out and attacks them. The Miz hits a skull-crushing finale on JD McDonough. Balor pulls JD out of the ring. And that was the end of that. Jackie interviews Damian Priest, who congratulates Dominic. R-Truth comes in and offers his cut from the merchandise sale. Priest says this is not the time. R-Truth leaves him. Priest says Drew talks about when he was the man that was when everyone was struggling, but now he can't get the job done. Priest says one way or another he will be champion. He says Drew will receive his punishment tonight. Chad Gable versus Ivar. Before this whole match got started, we came back from commercial break. Bronson Reed's backstage. He says eventually his path is going to cross with Jey Uso, and he challenges him to a match on Raw next week. Both Raws and SmackDowns are going to be fucking crazy next week. And a video of the Alpha Academy plays where Gable lifts Otis Tozawa and he tries to lift Otis. So this match with Ivar and Chad Gable starts with Gable attacks him. Ivar comes back with a spinning slam. Ivar goes for elbow drop and misses. Gable hits a swinging neck breaker. Gable climbs at the top rope and hits a flying headbutt. Cover 1-2 kick out. Ivar sends Gable out of the ring. Ivar hits him with a splash. We go to a commercial break. Gable hits the suplex on Ivar. Gable knocks Ivar out of the ring. Ivar kicks the post. He sends Ivar into the ring. Ivar hits a power bomb. Cover 1-2 kick out. Gable locks in the ankle lock, but Ivar powers out. Ivar sits down on Gable. Ivar climbs to the top rope, hits a leg drop. Cover 1-2 kick out. Ivar goes for a spin kick, but Gable catches him and locks in the ankle lock, but Ivar gets to the rope. Ivar hits a spine buster on Gable. Cover 1-2 kick out. Ivar climbs to the top rope and goes for a downsault and misses. Gable hits the German suplex. Cover 1-2 kick out. Gable climbs the top rope but is stopped. Gable recovers and hits a German suplex. Gable climbs the top rope, but Valhalla distracts him and Ivar slams him. Ivar climbs the top rope and hits a moonsault for the win. Ivar picks up the win. CM Punk and Cody Rhodes are shown walking backstage heading to the ring. We have a commercial break. We have CM Punk and Cody Rhodes are in the ring, going to do a face-to-face. So CM Punk says they have been on different paths to get here. He said he hopes they could be friends on Sunday morning. Cody asks Punk what he wants to talk about. Punk says he wants to talk about Dusty Rhodes. He says Dusty Rhodes called him in 2007 and told him he is sending Cody to OVW to start his journey. And he asked to keep an eye on Cody. Punk says, he said, yes to Dusty, of course. Punk says Cody kept himself out of trouble and he watched him grow into a main event superstar. He said he's proud of Cody. He says he feels like he's breaking a promise on Saturday, as he won't be looking out for him at the Royal Rumble. He said he's going to win the Royal Rumble. Cody says he worked with many legends in this business. He said they see him, they can't deny help see Dusty Rhodes. He said he wants to be his own man. He said he showed up to OVW with no matches under his belt, while Punk had toiled on the indies for 10 years, and he was treated like a peer. And he treated him like a peer. Sorry. He said there's no friends in the Royal Rumble. Punk asked, what about Sunday morning? He said he can separate business from personal, but this business is personal for Cody. Punk says he never saw nepotism higher at OVW. He saw the burden of his last name. He said Cody has come out of his father's shadow. Sometimes now I do forget that he's Dusty Rhodes' son. And that's the greatest thing. Yes, I'm wearing my Cross and Scarlet t-shirt. I had to break it. An old school one out. Punk says they had a different paths, but they have the same goal. Punk says his father was an electrician, and he's more of an American dream than Cody is. Cody said he wants to talk about the pipe bomb. Cody says Punk inspired countless, including him. He says Punk left and dropped the torch. He says he picked up that torch in so many ways. He said he did everything Punk spoke about, which makes him more CM Punk than Punk himself. Punk says Cody has carried this company on his back for 2 years and made the cover of WWE 2K. Congratulations to him. Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair. Congratulations to both of them. They were announced. Right when he was about to finish his story, Punk came in to take it all away. Cody says Punk is looking out for him again. He says Punk may be right, but he must move forward through Punk. He walks away shoving Punk, but Punk turns him around and they have a stare down. Both men walk away. We go to commercial break. We have Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark versus Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. The match starts with Candice and Shayna. Candice hits her with a couple of arm drags. Zoe tags in, Candice tags out, and Indy attacks her. Candice tags in and hits a Hurricane Rana, sending Starks flying into Baszler. We come back from commercial break. Indy hits a spine buster on Zoe. Candice tags in and knocks down Shayna. She hits Stark with a drop kick. She hits a code breaker on Stark and a senton on Shayna. Shayna locks in the Karafuda clutch, but Starks tags in and hits a Z360 on Candice for the win. So then after the match, Asuka and Kairi Sane attack Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. They were at ringside. Jackie interviews Drew McIntyre, who said he has nothing to say about Cody and Punk. He said he heard what Priest had to say. He is sick of people trying to put negative spin on title reigns. He says Priest is not ready to be world champion. He said there's only room for one chosen one. He needs to bring back Broken Dreams. I'm sorry, people. This needs to happen. Paul needs to make this right. Seriously. Or have an amalgamation of both. Like when he does pay-per-views, comes out to Broken Dreams. So we know and we anticipate that, and it gets us excited for him to even be in the ring. And it makes us want him to be in a pay-per-view situation or PLE. We come back from commercial break. Damage Control are walking backstage. Natalya and Tegan Knox walk into them, and they argue. Adam Pearce asks them to save it for the Royal Rumble. Pearce says they didn't invite them to create trouble. Bayley says he better get used to seeing more of them after the Kabuki Warriors win the tag team titles on Friday. They walk away, and Pearce runs into Jinder Mahal and Indus Sher. He asks what's the plans Pearce has for him. Pearce agrees to meet them in his office. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. We come back from commercial break, and the match begins with Drew knocks down Priest. Priest comes back and knocks down McIntyre. Priest attacks Drew in the corner. McIntyre returns with a clothesline. Priest knocks Drew out of the ring. Drew hits a belly-to-belly suplex on Priest. Drew sends Priest into the ring. McIntyre knocks Priest out of the ring. Priest sends Drew into the post. He hits a broken arrow onto the announce table. We come back from commercial break. Priest with a clothesline to Drew. Cover 1-2 kick out. Priest goes to work on Drew. Priest and Drew knock each other. Drew with a clothesline to Priest. He hits a belly-to-belly suplex on and follows with a neck breaker. Drew goes for the Claymore and misses. Priest misses with a spin kick. Drew hits a spine buster. Cover 1-2 kick out. Priest claps his ears like that. You know what he does. And Drew and follows it up with a flatliner. Cover 1-2 kick out. Priest with multiple strikes to Drew, who comes back with a Glasgow kiss. Drew climbs on top of the rope, goes for a dive and misses. Priest hits a broken arrow. Cover 1-2 kick out. Drew rolls out of the ring. Priest dives onto him. Priest sends Drew into the ring. R-Truth comes out and gives him his cut. Priest shoves him. Drew hits a future shock DDT. Drew goes to put his money in the briefcase. And he's asking for the password. Drew punches him and goes for the Claymore on Priest, but Priest hits a South of Heaven. Cover. The referee's distracted by Truth. Priest sends Truth out of the ring. Drew hits a Claymore on Priest for the win. And I'm telling you, they had a fucking opportunity to legitimately allow fucking Seth Rollins to legitimately heal properly. Have fucking Priest have a fucking token run to Perth. Have Seth Rollins regain the title, and there you go, people. Jesus Christ, it's not that hard and it's not that difficult. All right, here we're gonna go to SmackDown. Please do me a favor if you're on here. Please like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications so when I go live, you will know about it. Please follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, X, TikTok, and Cameo. All Mel's Match at. It's easy to find. SmackDown, the last and final show before the Royal Rumble. Remember, after this, I'm giving you my picks, and I'm going to do something fun. I'm going to give you 5 picks. 3 picks that are pretty much like it's a given that it could possibly happen. Most likely it's going to happen. And 2 dream possible entries. It'll be for 5 of the women and 5 of the guys. So we'll do that at the end of my picks for the Royal Rumble matches. SmackDown saw Carmelo Hayes versus Austin Theory. WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match. Katana Chance and Katie Carter versus the Kabuki Warriors. Carlito versus Santos Escobar. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits face-to-face with the Final Testament, which is AOP. Paul Ellering, which is WWE Hall of Famer. Scarlett and Karrion Kross. That's why you see an oldie but goodie. I had to break it out. Come on. Come on. I'm always forever professing to Father Cross and Mother Scarlet. Come on. Come on. Yes, I will fall and pray every fucking time. So we start off SmackDown. We witnessed the arrival of the participants in the Women's Tag Team Championship match to the venue. Solo Sikoa, Jimmy Uso, and Paul Heyman are seen walking in the backstage area. Ilado, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. Forgive me. Ilado Caron makes his way to the ring to extend the warm welcome to SmackDown audience. He then proceeds to introduce Randy Orton, setting the stage of what's to come. So Randy Orton is greeting the people of Miami. He acknowledges the surprise of him being in the El Dario Caron. If I'm fucking up your name, I'm sorry. He expresses his gratitude to El Dario for featuring him in the music video, but quickly shifts to the conversation of business. Randy discusses the Bloodline remarkable run, primarily due to Roman Reigns' nearly 1,300-day championship reign. He acknowledges that Roman Reigns and the Bloodline have been dominant, but hints that it might be the one to stop them. Randy emphasized that after he defeats Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble, he will become 15-time world champion, securing the victory with his signature RKO. Done. So then AJ Styles interrupts Randy's speech, reminding him that there's other formidable competitors in the Royal Rumble match. AJ mentions that he requested a match against Solo Sequoia, but was given a match against LA Knight instead. He wants Randy not to overlook him, and it suggests that he has a score to settle with Orton after the RKO last week. AJ teases at the Royal Rumble he will be the one standing tall. So then LA Knight enters the scene confidently. He interrupts, and Randy's face looked like, holy shit, this guy's over. And confidently interrupts, claiming that AJ Styles is about to name the next WWE champion. He berates AJ, complaining and expressed his belief that he's the biggest threat in the Royal Rumble match. LA Knight accuses Paul Heyman of trying to weaken him by arranging a match against Solo Sequoia tonight. Knight promises to hit Solo so hard he'll mimic his dad in dance moves and declare his intentions to win the Royal Rumble and become the champion. As LA Knight leaves the ring, AJ Styles seizes the moment, delivering a thrust kick and a Pele kick to Randy Orton, leaving a statement of his own. I also want to... Michael Cole was on commentary, if you didn't realize it. Kevin Patrick is been let go by WWE / TKO. So, okay. Carlito versus Santos Escobar. This was fucking great. I loved it. It was great, and bit of a surprise at the end, and it's the final piece to the puzzle. Actually, it's really not. We have 3 more pieces. We had the surprise tonight, and we have 2. The comeback of Rey Mysterio to the LW, and I think we're going to be adding a little Cien Almas to Legado del Fantasma, and I cannot wait for that. As you all know, if he comes back, he's going to SmackDown because his wife will be on SmackDown when she gets back. So the match started. They exchange words as Carlito skillfully blocks a punch and retaliates with a flurry of punches and kicks against Santos. Carlito continues his assault with a series of punches and kicks, while Santos manages to land a punch and some chops of his own. Carlito delivers a powerful elbow strike, sending Santos crashing into the turnbuckles. Carlito takes Santos on a whirlwind tour around the ring, smashing him into each turnbuckle before delivering a final chop. I haven't seen that fucking in ages. I love that. Santos fights back with a well-placed kick, but Carlito counters with a body block and more punches. Santos sees the opportunity to send Carlito face-to-face into the turnbuckles as he retreats momentarily. Carlito regains his footing on the apron and engage inferior punches exchange. Santos gains the upper hand, knocking Carlito off the apron. However, Carlito manages to snatch Santos with skillful pescado. His cough is never going to go away. Carlito rolls Santos back in the ring, but his attention is diverted by Angel and Humberto at ringside. Seizing the moment, Santos seizes the opportunity, executes a suicide dive, leaving everyone on the edge of their seats. The action intensifies as we head into commercial break. We're back, and Carlito starts the action with a sharp elbow, followed by a solid punch. Santos retaliates with the clothesline and nearly secures a pinfall, prompting the referee to check on Carlito. Santos proceeds to aggressively tear Carlito's shirt and removes the kinesio tape from his shoulder. He then traps Carlito in a cross arm breaker in the ropes. Santos continues his assault, delivering a running double knee strike in the corner and setting Carlito in on the turnbuckles for a Hurricane Rana, which earns him a close near fall. Santos follows up with a series of elbow strikes to Carlito, transitioning into a seated abdominal stretch. Despite Carlito's attempts to fight back with punches, Santos yanks him down by his hair and proceeds to deliver boots to him along with an armbar. Carlito manages to muster up some offense, landing punch and following up with a clothesline, and then well-executed dropkick. He goes for a suplex, but Santos counters, forcing Carlito to adapt into a neckbreaker for another near fall. Carlito then delivers a spinebuster, trying to turn the tide. Santos attempts a victory roll, but he pulls his feet by Carlito. Carlito dishes out a boot and a running knee lift, striking Santos with another punch. Outside the ring, Alberto gets on the apron, causing Angel to pull the ropes open, making Carlito to fall to the floor. Cruz and Wild then take the matters into their own hands by targeting Angel and Humberto. They send Wild into the apron, and Cruz executes a swanton to both Angel and Humberto. Zelita tries to interfere by getting on the apron, but we have Elektra Lopez, and she pulls her off the apron. In the midst of chaos, Santos managed to roll up Carlito for the 3, and Santos Escobar wins, and I'm thrilled with that. So we go to Michael Cole, and he takes a mention to the new next Netflix deal and an addition of The Rock to the TKO board of directors, highlighting the exciting developments of the world of wrestling. So then AJ Styles rolls through the backstage, but his path is intercepted by Jimmy Uso, who seems eager to have a conversation. Jimmy starts by saying that everyone knows where LA, presumably a fellow wrestler, is going to be tonight. He then suggests AJ should assist them in dealing with AJ, emphasizing that it would benefit not just AJ, but also everyone else tomorrow. However, AJ doesn't seem interested in the proposition and declines. Jimmy offers to shake his hand with a nonchalant shrug. Jimmy walks away, clearly displeased with AJ's response. The tensions linger. Mia Yim, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson approach AJ curiously about the exchange. AJ dismisses their concerns, advising them not to worry about it. We come back from commercial break. Nick Aldis is in his office. So I know by chance, I am sorry, this is too much of a coincidence. So now Ava Raine. Didn't I say within 6 months she'll be on the main roster? Look, it's not going to take that long, seriously. And what the fuck is she going to do? Does she wrestle on the house circuits? No. So she's going to be an on-air fucking talent. I guess the bloodline doesn't run deep, or the Adawaya gene doesn't run deep. Nick warmly welcomed and congratulated her on her new job. Ava eagerly to get some advice, said Nick, if he has any tips for her. She has no charisma. She's as dull as a doornail. Inside the office, we also had Bobby Lashley, Angela Dawkins, and Montez Ford. And they did not go and pick, so they're not in the Royal Rumble. And no tag team should be. Bobby reaches for a number from the container, presumably related to the upcoming event. Duh, we have what I think is awesome. So Legado del Fantasma makes their presence known, and they Lashley make it clear that they haven't forgotten about them. Santos picks a number. He's a singles wrestler. Perfect. From the container as well. And it's the rolling container. It's actually. The show then cuts to a video package featuring Bayley in the package. Bayley talks about her journey and how she always found herself back at the PC whenever she needed to take the next step in her career. So right then and there, you're going to tell me that she's not winning on tomorrow night. She mentions moments of doubt and times when she wanted to give up. However, the video also highlights her determination to be the best. Bayley discusses her injury and her eventual formation of the group Damage Control with Dakota Kai and Io Shirai. They achieved great success, and even Kairi Sane and Asuka joined their ranks. Bailey declared her intentions to win the Royal Rumble and challenge Rhea Ripley, aiming to hold all the gold in the process. She firmly believes the destiny is. She believes in her destiny of her vision. Sorry, my neck hurts. The scene shifts to R-Truth, who this is why I can't stand him. I can't stand him. The scene shifts to R-Truth, who is seen spinning the balls in the tumbler to make his pick. Truth seems dissatisfied with his selection, asks if he means he's out of quarantine. Nick Aldis clarifies the number of the Royal Rumble and expresses his gratitude to Mr. Pierce while making lighthearted comment about his hair growth. Oh, make it stop, make it stop, make it stop. Kairi Sane and Asuka versus Kaden Carter and the Katana Chance for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Carter wastes no time and unleashes a dropkick on Asuka, following up with a quick O'Connell roll. With an impressive springboard dropkick, Chance, her tag team partner, tags in and works the tandem with Carter to maintain the momentum. Chance skillfully trips Asuka, creating an opening for Carter to land a kick, and then Chance delivers a slingshot senton for a close near fall. Chance continues her offense with a series of arm drags, forcing Asuka to retreat to ringside area. Seizing the opportunity, Carter and Chance coordinate their efforts, launching simultaneously drop kicks through the ropes. The high flyer actually culminates with Chance executing a remarkable slingshot twisting pasado, taking out both Asuka and any doubt of their tag team powerness. The crowd electrified by action. We head into commercial break. Asuka and Kairi Sane are in control as we could return from commercial break. Asuka starts with a powerful kick followed by an axe kick from Kairi, and a bulldog earns them a close near fall. Asuka dismissively knocks Carter off the apron and delivers a pie face to Chance, taunting her. Chance retaliates with a barrage of forearms and chops, creating some separation. Asuka charges, but Chance counters with a well-themed boot, sending Asuka to the floor. Kairi Sane attempts to intervene, but sent to the floor as well when Chance bites her off. Asuka sees the moment and applies the ankle lock, attempted to wear down Chance. However, Chance rolls through and manages to send Asuka crashing to the outside. Carter seizes the opportunity and ascends to the top rope, hitting a crossbody onto both Asuka and Sane. Carter follows up with a series of forearms to both opponents and then lands a splash to Sane. Carter continues her offense with a running boot to the head against the ropes, followed by a springboard twisting leg drop for another near fall. Asuka counters with a back heel kick and follows it up with a code breaker, keeping hold of Carter. Kairi Sane joins with a blockbuster, and they execute a double bulldog. However, Chance breaks the pinfall attempt. Sane attempts a spinning back fist, goes for the top for the elbow drop. But Carter manages to get her feet up to block Sane. Asuka tags in, but she misses a sliding kick. Carter capitalizes with a hammerlock swinging DDT. Chance tags back in. They set up for a kickstand, successfully hitting it. Sane tries to intervene, but Chance delivers a crossbody to thwart her effect. Asuka sends Chance into the turnbuckles, landing a kick in the process. Sane follows up with an out-of-bounds slam onto the announce table, leaving Chance in a precarious situation. She was out. As soon as I knew that was happening, the fucking match was fucking the Kabuki Warriors. Carter manages to roll up Asuka for a near fall, but Asuka responds with a hard-hitting kick. Asuka holds on to Carter for a reverse DDT setup, while Sane executes an elbow drop from the turnbuckle, securing the 3, and we have new women's tag team champions, which are the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane. After the match, Bailey, Io, and Dakota Kai make their way to the ring to celebrate with new champions, while pyrotechnics go off in the background, adding to the festive atmosphere. I have a feeling that this is what's going to happen, and I'm going to give you it when I do my preview and predictions. Give you my picks and everything, and I think if they don't, I might as well. I have a funny feeling that Bailey is going to. If Bailey doesn't win, and if she's not the one to win, the damage control are going to turn on her and eliminate her. That's just my thing, and I think it's going to be done by Dakota Kai. Sorry, Paul Heyman is in the presence of Jimmy and Solo, engaging in a philosophical discussion. He mentions that the words fix and solve can also be used interchangeably as solving a problem. It's aching to fix it. Paul directs his attention to Solo and urges him to address the issue at hand with showing mercy. Solo, after contemplating for a moment, agrees with the resolute okay. Jimmy, intrigued by Solo's response, comments on Solo's seemingly ominous smirk. Oh my God. Paul proceeds to draw parallels between Solo's actions and those of his cousin, who transitions from being known as the big dog to the tribal chief by recognizing crucial moments and seizing them. Paul emphasized that his weekend presence is a significant opportunity for Jimmy. On Raw, there is a world champion who believes he is a visionary, despite having a single functioning leg, and he intends to march into WrestleMania as a martyr. Paul encourages Jimmy to grasp this moment, enter the Royal Rumble, emerge the victor, challenge Seth Rollins, and defeat him at WrestleMania, thereby bringing the World Championship to the bloodline. He concluded by asserting that sequence of events would establish the true tribal heir, with the Royal Rumble serving as the starting point for his journey. No! Guess what's going to happen? The start of their feud between him and his brother. And they're going to be culminating at WrestleMania. Meanwhile, Bobby Lashley, Angela Dawkins, and Montez Ford make their way to the ring for the face-to-face encounter with. They are clearly prepared for the confrontation. So we come back from commercial break. As we return, Bailey is seen entering Nick Aldis's office. So she goes and picks out her number, while Bianca simultaneously selects her own number. Despite Bailey's curiosity, Bailey chooses to keep her number secret, confidential, stating she intends to become a two-time winner. Bailey goes ahead and picks her number as well. Bobby Lashley seems to be unimpressed, comments that they must be chasing cowards. He proceeds to introduce himself and his associates while addressing the Miami crowd, noting they have come for a fight. Bobby challenges the Final Testament to come out and face them. The Final Testament makes their dramatic entrance as the lights go out. The arena is transformed into black and white. Scarlett leads the way. Bobby Lashley taunts Karrion Kross, suggesting that he's hiding behind his lady to fight his battles. Sweetheart, she can handle herself. She's fucking gave the Canadian Destroyer or the Code Red or whatever you're calling it, the Panama Sunrise, to Jacob Fatu. She's not scared of you, Mr. Lashley. Angela Dawkins expressed frustration as the meeting was supposed to be face-to-face confrontation, and Montez Ford taunts the Final Testament, suggesting they represented something they could never be fearful. Paul Ellering, the manager of the Final Testament, responds asserting that there is no fear in Karrion Kross. Kross himself chimes in, acknowledging Mr. Ellering's statement, and suggests that Bobby Lashley is becoming desperate, feeling that things aren't going according to plan anymore. Kross emphasized that Lashley won't be getting the fight that he desires tonight. Bobby Lashley, though skeptical, decides to give Kross the benefit of the doubt and acknowledges his words. However, he made it clear that they are indeed ready to fight. The situation escalates as Ford and Dawkins move to the floor, and Scarlett takes action by climbing on Bobby's back and raking his eyes. Cross takes charge and sends Lashley into the ring post, while Akam and Razor target Ford and Dawkins, working them over. As chaos unfolds, Jimmy Uso enters the room and picks his number, making his presence known. Jimmy seems is in no mood for any shenanigans, and he declares himself to be in a no yeet mood. Austin Theory versus Carmelo Hayes. In the match, Hayes pushed Theory away, but Theory counters with a series of punches. Hayes retaliates with a well-executed dropkick and follows it up with a barrage of chops. However, Theory manages to gain the upper hand with a knee strike to the midsection. Hayes attempts to land on his feet during a belly-to-belly suplex by Theory. He stumbles and falls down. Undeterred, Hayes springs back into action with a springboard clothesline, forcing Theory to roll out of the ring momentarily. Theory eventually returns to the ring and strikes Hayes with a forearm, sending him to the mat near Waller. A crafty move, Theory signals to the referee about to supposed dental issues. Distracting the official, Waller sees the opportunity to land a punch on Hayes. The unexpected interference leads to commercial break, leaving the outcome of the match hanging in the balance. So as we return, Hayes gains momentum with a punch and series of running elbows. He follows up with a reverse DDT and locks it in La Miscata, attempting to secure the victory. However, Waller gets on the apron to distract Hayes while Theory pulls off the turnbuckle. He hits the Atta, coming close to a win. Theory signals that the match is almost over and attempts to hoist Hayes onto the shoulders for a finishing maneuver. But Hayes manages to free himself and starts punching Waller, who is still on the apron. Hayes rolls Theory into a near fall with a victory roll. Theory reverses it while grabbing a handful of tights and secures the win. Austin Theory picks up the win. So then after the match, Theory continues the attack on Hayes. However, Trick Williams rushes to the ring and makes the save, driving Theory and Waller out of the ring. Hayes seems confused by Trick's action, questioning why he interfered. Trick explains he was merely saving Hayes from the assault. Kayla Braxton interviews Eldado Carrion. Sorry, I can't get this name. Asking him about his feelings about after being in a WWE ring for the first time. He expresses his excitement and respects the moment. When he asks about his prediction for the title match, Eldado chooses Randy Orton as the winner. Obviously, Solo Sikoa, accompanied by Jimmy and Paul, appeared on the screen. Eldado maintains his respectful demeanor while Paul advises Solo to move on. So we have, I believe this is the main event. Holy shit. Yes, main event. LA Knight versus Solo Sikoa. The match begins with Knight and Solo exchanging punches, each landing blows on one another. Knight gains the upper hand momentarily with punches, but Solo retaliates with his own punches. Solo manages to send Knight over the top rope, but Knight lands on the apron. Knight attempts a slingshot shoulder tackle, but Solo remains resilient, causing Knight to bounce off of him. Knight resorts to kicks to send Solo to the floor and proceeds to slam Solo's hand into the apron and ringside barrier to neutralize his thumb. Knight further inflicts damage by slamming Solo's hand into the announce table and ring steps. ringing the arm into the ring post and delivering punches. During the match, Jimmy distracts Knight, allowing to land punches. Solo to land a punch when Knight goes for a slingshot shoulder tackle. The action intense. The match continues after commercial break. We return. Knight lands punches and clotheslines on Solo, but Solo remains standing. He follows up with another clothesline, but Solo won't go down. Solo responds with a Samoan drop for a near fall. Knight retaliates with punches and Solo answers with a clothesline. Solo tries to set up for a Samoan spike, but Knight kicks his way out and executes a bulldog off the turnbuckle. Knight continues with punches and clothesline, including a side Russian leg sweep. He follows up with kicks to Solo and knocks Jimmy off the apron. Knight uses a kick to halt the potential Samoa spike, followed up with a DDT and another clothesline to send Solo over the top rope. Knight doesn't stop there and delivered a drop kick through the ropes, sending Solo into the announce table. He proceeds to slam Solo's head into the announce table multiple times and finishes with a running knee to the head. However, the match takes an unprecedented turn when AJ Styles interferes by hitting Knight with a phenomenal forearm. The referee calls for the bell, and Knight wins the match by disqualification. So then after this whole situation, Styles sends Knight into the ring steps. AJ considers using the steel chair that Jimmy holds, but ultimately decides against it. However, AJ strikes Solo and Jimmy in with the chair. AJ then sends Jimmy into the ring and grabs the chair. Randy Orton comes out and he rushes to the ring at the incredible speed. Orton sends AJ out of the ring and delivers a power slam to Jimmy. Solo pulls Orton out of the ring and throws him onto the announce table. Orton blocks a Uranagi onto the table, counters with a back body drop driver onto the announce table, and throws his shirt into the crowd. Jimmy tries to exit the ring, but Orton stops him on the apron. Orton sets up for the draping DDT and executes it, followed by another draping DDT on AJ. Orton avoids a phenomenal forearm attempt from AJ Styles and prepares for the RKO, connecting with it on AJ. As Orton surveys the scene, looking for Roman Reigns, Knight delivers a BFT to Orton out of nowhere, and that is the end of SmackDown. All right, let's get down to brass tacks. For the WWE Undisputed Universal Heavyweight Championship, Roman Reigns versus LA Knight versus AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. Roman Reigns is going to win. I'd be shocked that they would take the title off. So I'm taking Roman Reigns. For the WWE United States Heavyweight Championship, Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is going to win. He's going to win. For the Women's Royal Rumble, I see Becky Lynch, Bayley, Bianca Belair, and Nia Jax. Bayley is going to win. But with that scenario, I said that's the only way that, and if that's the case, I could see who can I see? Becky Lynch winning twice. For the men's, I see Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Gunther, and Drew McIntyre. And I'm not going to pick Cody Rhodes. I'm picking Punk. Now let's have some fun here. I'm going to give you 5 men's and 5 women's of like shocking appearances in the Royal Rumble. I'm going to give the ladies their first. For the first 3 that are pretty much like almost like it wouldn't be a surprise. I'm going to say Mickey James, AJ Lee, and I said Trish Stratus. She's going to come back and whatnot. Now, 2 goofs, like basically, like I know this is never going to happen. I'm going to say Camille from NWA and a Ronda Rousey. Let's go to the men's. Men's, I see Nick Aldis. I see Tama Tonga. And I see X-Pac. 2 ones, and I'm just gonna play fucking like fun. I'm gonna say Kazuchika Okada. He gets the permission to appear in there. And I'm gonna say just for a goof. Come on. I'm a Long Island girl. I'm gonna support a Long Island guy, and it's MJF. So that's my preview of predictions. I'm gonna go super hard. I'm gonna try to go and be live tomorrow night right after the Royal Rumble, but I do want to watch the press conference, and I'm glad that they have it. Hopefully that no fucking asshole, asks a stupid dumb question about Vince McMahon, and now he's out and we're good to go. So please do me a favor and go check out the people over at Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com. Please go check out Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com. Please go check out the people over at Deathwish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com. Please go check out HOG Wrestling House of Glory. Their next event is Saturday, March 2nd. We have the debut of Mustafa Ali. He will be taking on Alex Shelley, and it's called Reckoning. Then Friday, April 5th, Wrestling Revolver and House of Glory will be having a show together on WrestleMania weekend. Mustafa Ali versus Amazing Red. Alex Shelley will be appearing, as well as HOG champion Mike Santana and the Rascals. So please, if you want to watch any of that back episodes, please go check them out on the Premiere app at $9.99 a month. I will be hopefully back here tomorrow night, if not early Sunday morning. Please enjoy the Royal Rumble tomorrow night. Please do me a favor. Please follow me on social media, on Threads, Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, and Cameo, all Mel'S Match Chat. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications so when I go live, you will know about it. Or upload a video, you will know about it. I love you all. I'll see you hopefully tomorrow night, but definitely tomorrow on Sunday morning. Have a great rest of Royal Rumble, and the devil is gone. The devil is gone. The devil is gone. We exorcise the demon. Have a great evening, and I love you all. Bye. Good night. Oh, before that, sorry. Check out my episode 325 on the channel, please. Go check that out. All right. I love you all. Good night again. Bye-bye.